Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the elect of Israel. The name of this lesson will be, why do we go out on the highways and byways? Because you got a lot of people in the wide world of Israel that don't understand that you're supposed to go out and preach the word. And you got people who you have a lot of people who don't understand this whole thing that's going on. I actually had a guy that asked me like, hey, well, why do y'all come out, man? What's your end game? What are you trying to accomplish by coming out here? Because people just don't understand what's going on with this thing. So for the few people who don't understand, or the few brothers that need reassurance, I just wanted to go into this topic and bring out a few scriptures on this subject. And the first one I'm going to bring out will be the book of Luke, chapter 11, verse 33. No man, when he have lighted a candle, putteth it in a secret place, neither under a bushel, but on a candlestick, that they which come in may see the light. Now, that scripture, it goes right hand in hand with going out and doing the work. When you get the light and get this knowledge, who putteth it in a secret place? You don't light a candle and put it under a bed or in your closet. You put it up on a candlestick. You put it up in the middle of the living room. When you get this light in you, the knowledge of this word, the mysteries of the kingdom, and the true words of the Most High, you don't keep it inside and hide it. You can't, because if you actually believe in what you learn, there's no way that you'll be able to keep it inside. You'll be bursting at the seams to be at the nearest rooftop, yelling it to the top of your lungs. You can't keep the light hidden. No one keeps the light hidden. Once you get that light, this knowledge, there's no way for you to keep it hidden. Now I'm going to go from here. I'm going to go to the Old Testament. I'm going to jump to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33. We'll start at the top. This is Ezekiel 33:1. And again the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast, and set him up for a watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet, and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. He heard the sound of the trumpet, and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. But if the watchman see the sword come, and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. So this scripture right here is going into blowing the trumpet for Israel, man, because we were set up as watchmen. Because the Most High opened up the scriptures to us and gave us these prophecies to let us know what was coming. So if we get these prophecies and we learn the book and the prophecies, we coming out and we blowing the trumpet, we're warning the people, so that the blood won't be on our hands. So we come out and we warn the people, we blow the trumpet. Most of you are going to hear and not listen. And it'll be very few that hear us and to take heed, like it says in verse 5, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. It'll be a few of y'all who will take warning, but for the most part, most of you are going to hear and won't take warning. but your blood will be on your own hands, because you can't say that you hadn't been warned or you didn't know. All you people that ride by and blow the horn, hey, the Israelites, good job, shaking your fist, hey, good job, but you don't stop and hear the word. All of y'all, your blood will be at your own hand, because we have piped under you and you have not danced. You haven't taken heed to the words we say. But for you guys that don't go out and do the work, that's verse 6. If the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hands. So that's you guys who don't think you're supposed to go out and do the work. The blood of the people will be on your hands, and you'll have to answer for that in the day of judgment. I'm going to jump into this next scripture. It'll be the book of 2 Timothy, 4th chapter. I start at verse 2. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. Now we go into that a lot, but it's a scripture that lets you know that you're supposed to preach the word no matter what season it is, reprove, rebuke, and exhort with all long suffering and doctrine, man. Now I ain't gonna take too long on that. That's clear cut, plain and simple. Preach the word in season or out of season, no matter when. I'm going to jump down to verse 5. But watch thou in all things. This is our 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 5. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. Do the work of an evangelist. That's a messenger, a bringer of good tidings, a street preacher, one who goes out. So that means to go out. You do that to make full proof of that ministry. By watching in all things and doing the work of an evangelist, which is basically a street preacher, to go out and to do the work. And that's what the scripture tells you to do. There's no way to get around it. We can clearly see, do the work of an evangelist. So that's another reason why we go out. I'm going to go to the book of 2 Peter, 1st chapter. And the 10th verse. 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 10. Wherefore rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure, for if you do these things, you shall never fail. So what the scripture basically telling you, man, you got to make your calling and election sure by being diligent. And one of the ways of being diligent is going out and blowing the trumpet. If you've been blessed to get the mysteries and the prophecies, you go out and blow the trumpet. That's a way of being diligent. Studying the scriptures, watching videos, sharpening your swords, and when you go out on the highways and byways, you can give the people sound doctrine and blow the trumpet and be diligent to make your calling and election sure. That's another reason why we go out, to make our calling and election sure. I'm going to go to the next scripture. I'm going to go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 1. And I'm going to jump down to verse 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. That's another clear-cut scripture. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gate. In the city she uttered her words, saying, how long will ye simple ones love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge. Now that's going right into one of the main reasons why we go out, because we've been blessed to get this word and this knowledge, and we go out and we utter it in the streets, in the chief place of concourse, which is the business district. And uttereth her words, saying, how long will you simple ones love simplicity? That's what we go out every week. That's basically what we out telling the people, rebuking people for being simple, for being niggas. We go out, man. The Most High graced us with this wisdom and these mysteries, so we go out and we spread we spread it in the streets, man. We cry it out in the streets because we've been blessed with this wisdom. And that's another scripture that lets you know that you're supposed to go out into the streets, into the highways and byways, and do the work of the Most High. I'm going to go on to the next scripture, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 1. Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and see now, and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment, that seeketh truth, and I will pardon him. Now that's another way of letting you know, man, we're going out trying to seal the elect, trying to find if there's any man that seeketh truth. Because the Spirit will jump on him to come up on one of these counts, man, if he see you out here speaking his word. That's another reason to go out, to try to seal the elect, the people that's seeking for knowledge, man. They gotta find it somewhere, man. They might not be YouTube guys. Only way they might run across it because they saw you out somewhere in the street speaking, man, and they came across it. That might have been the only way that they were led into this knowledge, man. They were seeking that knowledge. So you got to go out and be out there so that you can be on the scene for when that soul that's seeking that knowledge can come across it, man, and come into it and learn and hopefully get sealed. We're going to jump to the book of Matthew, chapter 22. Because a lot of y'all, man, y'all just lazy, man. Y'all don't want to do it. Y'all ashamed. But how should I say that, man? You can't be ashamed in him, man. You can't be ashamed. That is the book of Matthew, chapter 22. And I'm going to start at verse 2. The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. Again he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready, come unto the marriage. But they made light of it, and went their ways, one to his farm, another to his merchandise. And the remnant took his servants, and entreated them spitefully, and slew them. But when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and sent forth his armies, and destroyed those murderers, and burned up their city. And said he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid them to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways, and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was furnished with guests. Now I'm gonna stop right there. What this parable basically saying, man, that Yahweh Shah said, go out into the streets, into the